Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are taking a look at War Machine from the Marvel Legends Professor Hulk Build-A-Figure wave. Here we have War Machine displayed in the front window. On the side we do have some very cool artwork, and it's going to be the same on both sides. On the back we have another piece of artwork along with the read-up. When the fate of humankind is at stake, there is no mission too great for U.S. military officer James Rhodey Rhodes, aka War Machine. And at the bottom we do have the UPC code, so you can check with your local retailer to see if they have this in stock. But enough about that, let's get this open and take a look at War Machine. And here is War Machine outside of his packaging, and I gotta say, my first thoughts on this figure, I just kind of thought he was going to be too bulky to do much with, but actually it turns out he is pretty decently posable. I was able to get him into some pretty cool action poses like this one right here, where you can add blast effects from any existing Iron Man figure that you may have, so that is definitely handy. But I was really surprised that the bulkiness of this figure didn't limit the articulation as much as I thought it would. We get some really cool paint details throughout, just some of the highlights with the gray and the red, so I like that. And even being able to get him into some of these more classic poses I thought was really cool, especially getting, of course, the classic superhero landing pose. Now, inside the packaging, he does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece, but he does come with the shoulder-mounted cannon and then the arm blasters. Now, taking a look first at that shoulder cannon, I think it actually came out looking really cool. Some decent panel lines. You get the little red highlights again, just kind of showing off some color at least. And then again, some cool panels, very sci-fi looking, and that just mounts up in the top shoulder piece. And then on each arm, you do get this blaster, which has that hole for those existing blast effects that you can use. So that is really cool. I like that. Those are going to port in pretty simple, really. The arms just port in down at the bottom, and then the shoulder cannon is going to have that ball peg that goes on, and very straightforward. So very cool. Now, when standing straight up, this figure is coming in at about 6 3/4 inches tall, which does make him about 17.1 centimeters. So, very nice height and not too big. Now, getting a better look here at the figure, we're going to get a close-up here on the head sculpt and the rest of the body, but very cool, very well done. Looking at that head sculpt, we can see some pretty cool paint details. Missed a little spot there on the right eye where some gray came through, or silver, but otherwise looks really good. I like it a lot. The chest design with the Mark 6 on it, and then of course you do get that logo on the shoulder. That's going to be for the left side only, as when you do go around to the right side, there's no paint, no extra logo or anything like that on that figure. But again, you can see those red highlights and silver highlights throughout with minor paint issues along the chest area. Looking on the back, we do even have some paint there for those little vents at the top. And then you can see it looks like he has his, I'm going to call them afterburners. They look like big jet pieces there. On the right side, you do get a fisted hand, and we even see a little bit of dry brushing on the arm. And then on the left side, we get an open hand that could hold a weapon. I'm not sure what weapon, but it could hold a weapon. And then you just get some more basic paint work there. Going down on the legs, not a whole lot going on, just some more silver paint work, but some really cool sculpted detail, a lot of armor, things like that. So I think that is actually well executed, and most of the armor pieces do continue on the backside, but not a whole lot of the paint work. And then one final look here just at that overall sculpt work, and just really detailed and a lot going on. I think that was really cool how Hasbro did this, because it did look like a very bulky figure, but the design is kind of growing on me. I thought he looked a little too top heavy, and almost his arms look like they maybe are too long, but otherwise not too bad looking. And looking at the articulation, you're going to have a head that can go side to side, but it is going to hit that collar there. And then same thing, it can look down quite a ways, but when you try to get it to look up, it once again is going to hit that collar, and it's not going to move any further there. You have shoulders that can actually come up pretty far, even though they do have the shoulder pads. You can see it is a softer material. However, this one is going to hit on that turret mount, so it's going to look a little bit odd if you go too high up. You do have full rotation. There is a bicep swivel underneath there. There it is. And then you do also have a single jointed elbow with not a ton of range of motion. That's a little bit of a downer, but not bad. And then it does have rotation at the elbow. You do have rotation and a hinge at both of the hands. You do have a diaphragm joint that can actually spin around quite a ways, but be careful because the plastic of the jetpacks and this side piece are going to start rubbing up on some painted pieces there, so you don't want to do too much. It doesn't really crunch down very much at all or back very much at all, and same thing with the side to side, not a whole lot there, but it does provide a good amount of range there for some more dynamic posing. You do have legs that can come apart about that far. He can kick forward that far, but it does come out a little bit. Backwards, not really at all. You do have a upper thigh cut, a double jointed knee, and then you do have a hinge and ankle pivot. And that is going to do it for this review, everyone. And overall, I think this is actually a really well done War Machine. There are some articulation limitations, however, not nearly as bad as I originally thought there would be looking at the packaging. Seeing such a bulky figure, I kind of felt like I was going to get something with very minor articulation in it, and it turns out it was actually pretty decent. And the paintwork and the sculpt work is certainly not bad either, so makes for a very good MCU War Machine. But as I said, that is it for this review, everyone. If you like this review, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe for more content just like this. And aside from that, thanks for watching my video and have a great day.